Hi everyone, I'm Laura Harris-Smith, TV host of The Three, nutritionist and author of Get Well Soon, The Healthy Living Handbook, The 30-Day Faith Detox, and many more. If you or someone you love has struggled with insomnia, depression, anxiety, weight gain, migraines, tremors, seizures, PTSD, ADD, ADHD, memory loss and cognitive disorders, or any neurological issue at all, then I have very good news for you. You already know that I'm passionate about inspiring you to become the healthiest version of yourself, body, mind, and spirit, and about putting the right tools in your hands to help you do that. This includes my books that address your emotional, physical, and spiritual health, and my TV show that addresses all three, which is why it's called The Three. And you can view our 4 seasons worth of helpful, insightful, and entertaining episodes at www.the3.tv. But this goal to help you also includes my essential oil blends. It's millions of people are on medications that are providing them with little to none of the relief that they need. And since that was me, I am especially compassionate to this plight. Many of you know me from our Quiet Brain infomercial that has been running for the last 2 years with great success. Thank you. We hear from people all over the world who say that they are finding relief from anxiety, insomnia, migraines. And of course, I've told you about my own lifelong battle to reduce the electricity in my brain, and about my decades-long journey on medications that would not help with the misfires or seizures. The response has been so overwhelming that I am now introducing 2 new oils: Sharp Brain for cognitive issues and focusing help, and Happy Brain, which helps combat depression, aid in weight loss, and just lift your mood in general. You're going to hear about all 3 of our therapeutic blends in this half hour, so stay tuned with us in case you or someone you know needs them. During the years on my journey to becoming a naturopathic doctor, I had my mind stuffed full of strategies to help people get healthy body, mind, and spirit. But it was the 40 years before that, during my desperate quest for good neurological health, that my heart became full of compassion for those who suffer neurologically, whether mentally, like with depression, ADD or anxiety, or physiologically, like with migraines, seizures, insomnia, and more. All of those, whether physical or emotional, have one thing in common: the brain. My brain has had a mind of its own since I was about 13 years old and began having seizures. For decades, I tried just about every prescription and supplement out there, but doctors couldn't find anything to entirely reduce the excessive electricity in my brain. Then one day, my son mentioned a certain essential oil that made him drowsy at bedtime, and I thought, what could make this essential oil do that when others don't seem to? Well, I researched and found that that particular oil was composed of a compound called sesquiterpenoids, which absorbs through the skin and into the bloodstream, and then when they get to your brain, they're actually capable of passing through the blood-brain barrier. See, your brain has its own security system so that what you eat or drink doesn't get into it. But that also means that many neurological medications don't either. In fact, a 2005 article in the American Society of Experimental Neurotherapeutics says that the blood-brain barrier excludes or rejects from the brain 98% of small molecule neurotherapeutic drugs and rejects 100% of large molecule drugs. So 98% to 100% of all neurological drugs for mental illnesses, emotional or physical, are not even possibly getting into the brain that needs them. So imagine the implications, if you will. Millions upon millions of suffering people who take daily medication and find no consistent relief. And for those who do, sometimes the relief comes at the high price of side effects. My seizure medication saved my life, but did not prevent almost 80 convulsions and hundreds of thousands of smaller seizures over my lifetime. And now I know why. Because the compounds in the medicine were probably too large to cross my blood-brain barrier and help. But with sesquiterpenes in these oils, the molecules are so tiny and therefore aromatic that they do cross over. So I thought, if that one essential oil has such a large amount of sesquiterpenes in it and can calm the mind and brain, then what if I could combine all the strongest sesquiterpenes I could find into a powerful brain-calming blend? So I did hundreds of hours of research and I found 8 sesquiterpene-rich oils that nourished the brain. And the foundation for Quiet Brain was laid. We registered the Quiet Brain name as a trademark, and legally we then protected what is now a fully patented recipe. Quiet Brain is made from steam distilled therapeutic oils made from Virginia cedarwood trees, the vetiver grasses of Indonesia, the Commiphora myrrha trees of Egypt, the Boswellia serrata trees of Saudi Arabia, sandalwood trees from Australia, ylang-ylang flowers from Madagascar, patchouli leaves of Indonesia, and lavender, harvested from the majestic lavender fields of Europe. The result is a warm, rich, woodsy aroma, not cut with any carrier oils, and potent, which translates well to our Quiet Brain candles and nasal inhalers from our aromatherapy line. The first time that I put the diffuser on my nightstand and put some drops of Quiet Brain in it, I woke up 10 hours later, which I never do. And we hear lots of reports of improved sleep health with it, but we also receive reports of greater concentration. So it somehow focuses, not sedates, the brain. And it's in our healing shampoo and conditioner, which migraine sufferers massage directly into the scalp during an episode and say that it brings great relief. But it all started in our home with me and a little pipette eyedropper. The recipe came one night in prayer, and I felt something supernatural happening. I was weeping. And afterwards, my husband, who is a pastor, and I prayed for it to be transformed into an anointing oil. And we still do that every single batch today, sometimes with other pastors joining us. In fact, prayer is one of the ingredients on the Quiet Brain label. That very first batch was divided between members of a case study I conducted, and in poured the testimonies. Drastic improvements in stress, insomnia, anxieties, migraines, seizures, PTSD, tremors, shingles, and many, many more, and breakthrough for my own busy brain. Now, I want to be very clear in saying that we don't call these medical claims because everybody's body varies, and so your results will vary. But these have been testimonies of people's lives who have been changed. And you can't argue with the testimony, nor can you stop the force of hope. Please listen now to just a few compelling testimonies from Quiet Brain.
So I was actually in the original Quiet Brain infomercial, and just kind of talking about how Quiet Brain shampoo and conditioner helps my migraines. But then we had this little guy in 2018, and we actually went into preterm labor and were in the hospital for 5 weeks. We would have nurses come by, like different people would come by, and they would just say, one of the nurses said, I literally walk by and like get a good sniff by your door because it is so calming, and it really helped kind of set the mood and make our experience in the living in a hospital feel more like home. After he was born, we took it home and ended up diffusing it in his room every night, and he is such a good sleeper. He sleeps through the night, and he loves Quiet Brain. He loves the way it smells, and he just sleeps so well with it, and he loves it. It's a good calming scent. We just do a couple of drops in the diffuser every night. Do you want to smell it? Do you love Quiet Brain? Oh my goodness, you want to smell? Do you like it? He loves it. And he'll probably sleep even better tonight with that sniff. So. Say thanks, Quiet Brain. Say thank you.
Ever since I started using Quiet Brain Healing Shampoo and Conditioner, I have found a tremendous difference in the condition of my hair. Being an ethnic blend woman, it was always a challenge to find something that was a perfect blend. But finding a shampoo that has 8 essential oils that works with my hair to not make it too weighty, but not make it too light, and it gives me exactly what I need, it was a godsend, literally, to be able to use this shampoo that I could tell immediately the difference, and it's brought life to my hair. So I hope you get to try Quiet Brain shampoo.
So Quiet Brain is something I've really been utilizing, especially when I get ready to go to sleep. I have a really hard time shutting my brain off and dealing with some anxiety before going to bed, basically. So I've been putting this on the back of my neck, I've been putting it on my wrists, and I've been inhaling it, which the smell is something, I don't know how a smell can do this, but the smell calms me down. It allows me to just kind of reset, refocus, and it is the only thing I've found so far that actually keeps me asleep at night, which is something I've struggled with in the last year or so. And something that my sister struggles with is headaches. And she has been using Quiet Brain for her headaches, relieving the tension, and just helping her calm down as well.
I was actually Quiet Brain's very first customer. I remember writing a check for the first bottle, and it has really changed my family's life. My son Joshua was diagnosed with a seizure disorder at the age of 3. His first seizure lasted an hour and 45 minutes. His shortest that year was 28 minutes. We were in the PICU several times, and I was just looking for something. He was on multiple seizure medications and nothing seemed to be working. And Laura found out about our story, and she approached me and said, "Would you like to try Quiet Brain?" And I said, "Yes, I'll try anything." And I remember the first time we used it. It was Joshua's birthday, and he woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and he was having a seizure. And I knew that if I gave him the emergency prescription med, that he would be out for his birthday, that it wouldn't be any count because it's very sedating. So I went and grabbed Quiet Brain, and I put it on his forehead, I put it on the bottoms of his feet, and within 30 seconds, he was completely asleep. He had completely stopped seizing. And I remember texting Laura that morning at 5 o'clock going, "It worked." Like, it brought him out of the seizure, and I did not have to give prescription medication. And so ever since, we've used Quiet Brain, and he's had probably 12 to 14 seizures in the last 2 years that were very notable. And every time I'm able to use Quiet Brain, put it on him, and he comes out. And it's just really, it's changed our life.
I spent the last 3 years in a brain fog, unable to sleep, working in a toxic environment, stressed. 7 months ago, I was introduced to Quiet Brain. And having used Quiet Brain, I now have sweet sleep, uninterrupted sleep. I diffuse it in my home. Once I've wrapped my hands around it, I then rub it on my dogs. They too now, I believe, have sweet sleep. I'm also a licensed massage therapist, and I diffuse my massage rooms with Quiet Brain. I also have begun to use Quiet Brain on my clients. I've had no adverse effects. They enjoy the scent. I also recommend this product to other licensed massage therapists. It's a great product. I highly recommend it. I use it at all times. It's something great. Quiet Brain.
It's scary when you get a brain disorder diagnosis because it shapes your future. I was told that there were 4 main types of epileptic seizures, and that I had them all. Quiet Brain was birthed out of compassion and great suffering. My healing journey, it had many other components, and it has been by process. I always say that my 6th child has a very different mother than did my first. My mind and brain now function differently and more calmly than they did in my teens, 20s, 30s, even back in my 40s. And I believe that because of Quiet Brain, people won't have to wait as long as I did to win the war in their heads. That last one is obviously my testimony, as told in the very first Quiet Brain trailer that we made in the very beginning. And how grateful I am to be healthier now than I have been in my entire life. But the story doesn't end with Quiet Brain. Shortly after creating it, I mentioned on social media on how we were going through the patenting process. And out of the blue, a trusted prophetic voice and dear friend James Gall commented that God was going to give me the recipe for 2 new oils. You know what? I'm going to let him tell you the story here.
Hey, I remember that day. Not only did I share on social media, which is not my normative, but I also, in relationship, had shared then later with Chris and Laura about that they would have a stewardship of 3 aromas, 3 scents, and it would actually create an entire business, an entrepreneurship. And I responded back going, I know there's 2 more aromas. There's 2 more scents. And something I think it's really fascinating about this is that Laura is known for writing about the three, and she has a broadcast about the three. And here it is now, God was going to give her a stewardship of three aromas. I gave them that word. Laura kicked immediately into gear, and faith without works is dead, and she created the structure, and she created the aromas and the scents. And guess what? A miracle happened, because one patent got all three of the scents put into it, and it all God approved. That is a sign and a wonder. And I want you to know that I love these guys, and their integrity is amazing. So you can trust the product, and you can use it, and it'll help you to have a more holistic life. Spirit, soul, and body. And now we have quiet brain, happy brain. Can you tell I just used some? And a sharp brain. And it all comes together for a wonderful new business that the Lord has put into the hands of some trustworthy, faithful people. So I want to commend to you the life, the ministry, and now the product line that the Lord has given to Laura Smith.
Now that you know that Quiet Brain has 2 sister essential oil blends, let's tell you all about them. Happy Brain is a bright, citrusy blend of these therapeutic grade oils. Lemon oil, which is a natural mood lifter that helps eliminate exhaustion and fatigue and even aids in weight loss. Lime oil, which is a mood lifter, promotes energy. Blood orange, which is a natural antidepressant, which increases alertness and even elevates mood. And clementine oil, which rejuvenates, enhances mental clarity. Grapefruit oil, which stimulates the brain, decreases appetite, and relieves stress. And spearmint oil, which is a natural antidepressant, fuels brain function even, boosts oxygen flow too. Peppermint, which boosts energy and improves mental focus and aids in weight loss. And coconut oil, which improves overall brain function. Our citrus oils are harvested from Italy, Mexico, and Brazil, while our mint essential oils come from India. All put together, Happy Brain is a mood-lifting, appetite-suppressing, depression-combating energizer. Now just listen to these Happy Brain testimonies.
I've been using Happy Brain for a year now. I was handed the bottle exactly 1 year ago this month, and I'm so glad that I was handed that bottle because I had been suffering from depression and anxiety and PTSD and dark thoughts, and I've been on antidepressants for 3 years for it. And my most recent checkup with my doctor was in January, the beginning of this year, and she asked me if I needed a refill, and I told her no. And she was shocked because I was on the highest dosage of my antidepressant that I could be on. And when she asked why didn't I need it, I told her that I was on Happy Brain, and it was this essential oil that literally lifts my mood up, and it makes me just have those dark thoughts flee, have those nightmares just go away. I was never someone who believed in essential oils. I was never that person who was like, oh, let me pack my essential oils with me when I go travel, yay! I'm so glad that I was handed that bottle because I don't need to be on that antidepressant anymore. I just have to, put it on my wrist if I'm not at home. I just diffuse it in my house, and it just brightens my mood. It brightens my friends' moods because they put it on when I'm over there and we just giggle all day long. And I'm so happy I was handed this bottle. Seriously, it has changed my life. So thank you, Pastor Laura, and thank you, Happy Brain, for everything that you do for me. Thank you.
Through most of my life, I have struggled with depression, negative thoughts, and just pretty much looking at things from a dark point of view. I've always been unhappy with that. I've always wanted to get past that in my life. Now, my wife was not about to let that go by. She introduced me to Happy Brain. First time I tried it, I was a little skeptical, but first time the aroma had an immediate effect on my mood. And afterwards, the more I used it, the more I could feel the oils in it work. I could feel it on my skin. It was just an immediate soothing thing. I love Happy Brain. And I'm happy to tell everybody that I love using it.
So I'm always talking about Quiet Brain, but let me tell you about Happy Brain. It has basically replaced every single cleaning product in our home. We just got a base natural cleaning solution and added the Happy Brain essential oil to it because it already has the antibacterial and citrus oils in it, which make it perfect for the cleaning solution in our home. So we've replaced our floor cleaner, our multi-surface cleaner, hand soap, laundry detergent, pretty much everything, and we love it.
By trade, I am a wedding photographer, so I work from home a lot. I sit in my bed, edit, or at the desk in my room, and I really just love to use Happy Brain to create a good working space. It lifts my mood, lifts my energy. First thing in the morning, I put it in my diffuser, about 10 drops or so, and just let it go all day long. It keeps me in high spirits, keeps me from getting distracted, and just helps to keep a smile on my face while I'm editing people's love stories.
Amazing. Again, everybody's body varies, and so your results will vary. These are not medical claims. So we like to say we don't promise, we prove. And that's why we include these user testimonials from actual customers. Now, in addition to Happy Brain, we also launched Sharp Brain, which is a deep, rich blend that supports good memory, focus, and good circulation even. It's made of therapeutic grade oils like coffee essential oil, cinnamon oil, which improves blood circulation, vanilla, which is a natural antidepressant, clove, which aids memory deficits, stimulates blood circulation, ginger oil, which improves memory and communication, black pepper oil, which reduces memory impairment and cognitive malfunction, rosemary, which boosts memory performance in Alzheimer's patients, and coconut, which improves overall brain function. I call Sharp Brain your favorite aromatherapy breakfast in a bottle, and it smells so yummy. Now, just listen to these user testimonies about bringing greater concentration in study and even in work for focus, even helping with cognitive memory issues. Listen.
I was taking a 12-hour road trip with my 3 children, and we were still homeschooling. I needed to be alert and aware of what was going on while I was traveling. While we were there, my kids were like, "Mom, what are you doing? What are you putting on?" And I said, "Sharp Brain," and they were like, "Can I have some?" So I dabbled a little bit on their wrists. I put more on my neck, and we were able to complete all of the scheduled tasks that we had. What I love most about Sharp Brain is the cinnamon oil in it. It also has vanilla oil, ginger oil, and coffee oil. The caffeine in it is negligible. When I apply it to my children's wrists or behind their necks, all it does is cause them to become more aware of what they're doing and completing their tasks on time, and it makes me so happy.
Sharp Brain, it is awesome. I use it because my mother, my aunt, all had dementia, and I want to do anything and everything I can to alleviate the symptoms, that possibility. So I've incorporated Sharp Brain into my routine. I use it in the morning, at night. It is awesome, and I feel so much better. I'm remembering things better, and it smells great. I love cinnamon, so it is not a hardship. You will love it. I can't tell you how much Sharp Brain has made me feel better. Just knowing I'm doing something for myself to help me not be in the same position my mother and my aunt were. They didn't know who I was, and that hurts. When your family, your mother who gave birth to you, doesn't know who you are, it's painful. And she didn't know who I was the last time I saw her. I don't want to do that to my family, my friends, and I want to remember these days and these years. Remember Sharp Brain. Help your family and help yourself. Do it for yourself. Thank you, Pastor Laura, for Sharp Brain, for doing what you were meant to do.
In my work, I do financial analysis, and I compare one set of numbers to another all day. By the end of the day, brain fog has normally set in. I noticed that when I diffuse or topically apply Sharp Brain, by the end of the day, I'm still sharp. I also have noticed that after 66 years, I have a lot of information filed away that I can't readily pull up. I call it fugitive information. I'm noticing that after using Sharp Brain that I'm able to remember people's names from 20 years ago, phone numbers, where I put something. I love it. Everyone over the age of 55 should try Sharp Brain.
I totally agree. Anybody in their 50s or older needs to try Sharp Brain. Its therapeutic grade oils are harvested from South America, Asia, and Africa. All are 100% pure therapeutic grade, and great care is taken by our harvesters as the individual oils are gently extracted without adulteration from the leaves, flowers, bark, grasses, and resins from which they originate. The regions and countries from which all of our oils are harvested can be found on our source maps in our free ebook, which you can view and even download at neuromaticsoil.com. That's NEUROMATICS oil.com. You know, I believe God created essential oils on the third day of creation when He made our trees, plants, and flowers. And there are more than 600 references in the scriptures about essential oils or aromatic plants. So it is with great conviction and excitement that I invite you to check out our entire line of Neuromatics oil products. Oils, shampoos, conditioners, candles, nasal inhalers, diffuser jewelry, and more. And you can do it all by going to neuromaticsoil.com today. And we still have our toll-free number, 1-855-QUIET-BRAIN, where you can buy all of our Neuromatics oil products. That's 1-855-784-3827.
Neuromatics oil is a family of therapeutic-grade patented oil blends created by nutritionist and author Laura Harris Smith. Invented for her own lifelong journey for neurological health, Quiet Brain now helps those worldwide who suffer from insomnia, migraines, anxiety, seizures, tremors, and more. Quiet Brain contains oils like frankincense, myrrh, lavender, sandalwood, and others. Next, Happy Brain is a bright mood-lifting citrus blend and contains oils like lemon, lime, clementine, spearmint, and more. Users say it combats depression and even aids in weight loss. Next is Sharp Brain, Laura's Focus Blend, also used to improve cognitive memory issues with oils like coffee, cinnamon, vanilla, clove, and others. Each $69.95 bottle is a 10-week supply if used daily, or about $1 a day. And right now, buy 2 bottles and get the third one free in our Neuromatic Sampler Trio. Order at neuromaticsoil.com or call 1-855-784-3827. That's 1-855-QUIET-BRAIN.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Laura Harris Smith, and you can go to my website at lauraharrissmith.com to check out all of my body, mind, and spirit books to get you healthy. You can also find my television show there, The 3, or go to the3.tv. And remember, go to neuromaticsoil.com to check out all of our essential oil products. Find us on Facebook and Instagram, like us there, follow us, and we hope that you will allow us, me, Laura Harris Smith, to help you get healthier body, mind, and spirit. Thanks.